Hey everybody, back again for a quick video here. Now, as y'all know, I've got the Tomahawk 210 welder generator combo. Absolutely fantastic machine, works phenomenally. The thing is there's a few quirky things to it. So, all the stuff, that you can do with it, all the good, the bad, the ugly. Out of a 10, I'm giving it an 8.5. Now, I give it an 8.5 because for like $100 more, the average person can get a welder generator that has 2,000 to 3,000 more watts of power, and the Tomahawk itself, the sockets and the connectors are proprietary 3550s. Now, what I mean by that is the connectors are 1.5 mil too deep for regular 3550s. As you can see here, these are pieces that I've purchased specifically for this. We've got the Ripper Weld TIG welding cable panel connectors. That was like $13 for 2 black and 2 red. Swapped them out. Now I can use actual DINS connectors. The ones that came with the machine are proprietary, so they're too long of plugs, these ones here, and then the connectors themselves, the sockets, are too deep. So any new DINS connectors that you get would be too shallow to reach in and actually turn. That's a big drawback. So, it loses points there. So those two things, that's done. You've got proprietary connectors that need to be swapped out. Yeah, I spent $25 on new connectors, both male and female. Done. $25 fixed an entire issue that just changes the whole game. Now I can get another set of these wires and another set of cables, and be done with it. Fantastic, all said and done with. Now I've got my 2-watt cables, I've got my two gauge cables, I've got all I need to do with that. Now, moving on down, I've got my my new stinger and my new ground. These, again, like another $25 together, and absolutely amazing. I mean, I'm picking up a lot of welding equipment here just on Amazon. So for $50, I fixed the issue with the male and female connectors, and I got a better stinger and better ground. That's $50. That's a plus. Now, one of the biggest gripes that I had, besides it being such a low-powered inverter generator, is the cable length. Now, your leads, they say, oh, you get 2 10-footers, and it's good, and now you have 20 feet together, and it's like, no, that one of the cables is like 8 feet, and the other one's like 9 feet. I mean, it's bullshit. Don't advertise that you have 10-foot leads if your leads aren't 10 feet. Even with the stinger and the ground clamp, you still don't have the full 10 feet. So there's an issue. One thing that I would love to see from Tomahawk is an upgrade kit. And now, what I mean by an upgrade kit is if Tomahawk put out an inverter upgrade kit, so where you take off the faceplate, unplug the small 2000 watt inverter, and replace it with like a 4 or 6,000 watt inverter, where you just change out the inverter, and boom, now you have 4,000 watts of power. That'd be amazing. I mean, even if you had it so that you change out the entire faceplate, just take that faceplate out, and it has a deeper, faceplate with more plugs, that would be something amazing. Because, I mean, you've got this big ass engine rated for 210 amps of welding power, but you're limiting it to 2,000 watts of generator power. I mean, yeah, for a couple $100 more, you get, the Harbor Freight 195. It's 195 amps, but it puts out over 4,000 watts of power. That's enough to do bandsaws, 7 or 9 inch grinders and cutoff wheels. You've got like high powered drills. You've got masonry drills, hammer drills. All of those use like 1,800 watts of power. Now, yeah, the Tomahawk does 2,000 watts, but it's 2,000 watts surge. Its running power is like 1,500 or 1,600 watts, so you have to actually bring that down. So that's like I knock off points because they don't really put out the proper stuff. I mean, yeah, I get it. You want proprietary equipment so that you keep people coming to you. But when people can spend $50 on Amazon and upgrade to proper stuff, that's a whole other thing. What I'd love to see is an inverter kit to swap it out to bring it up to like 4,000 or even 6,000 watts. I mean, if they put out an inverter upgrade kit for like, say, $250, put out that kit for $250. People go to your website, they buy the upgrade kit, they upgrade their welder to like 4,000, 6,000 watts. Now they are putting out more power than a $6,000 or $10,000 welder generator combo. They're putting out more power and more amps than those, but in a smaller package. Something that's more reliable. I mean, that right there is a good selling feature. Another thing that they really need to do is, instead of doing 2 10-foot cables, do 2 20-foot cables. Give people a wider range to work on this and use this, because that is a big drawback, is you're limited to 10 feet from the machine. That's a little iffy. So throw 20-foot leads in there. Absolutely fantastic. Ditch the stamped aluminum like stainless steel for these copper ground clamps. These are brass clamps. These things are amazing. They bite. They really do work great. So, I mean, people are already spending like $2,500 on these things. So get them, off on the right foot. Get them off on the right foot. Bump up the price to say 2650, give them longer leads, better ground, and add on an inverter upgrade that people can go to the website and buy aftermarket, because these welders are super easy to work on. I mean, you're talking about the front panel being literally 6 5/16 bolts, 3 on each side, and then you have like 5 or 6 on the actual panel for the sockets that you take that off, and then you have the size 17 bolt on the socket, and then what was it? It was like an inch and 1/16 or inch and 1/32 for the lock nuts. So you have those, and then you completely swap everything out. Now, with the inverter side, I mean, it's right behind that panel. So if you have like an upgrade that you can just bolt in, that'd be freaking awesome. I mean, I freaking love this welder. It does so much, but it's a kick in the ass, knowing that they put this proprietary shit on there, and if you get different leads, then you can't use them because the proprietary plugs. It's a downer, but 8.5 out of 10 for me, because yes, it is a budget-friendly welder generator combo all in one. Now, what I'd love to do is get some kind of sponsor through like EasyGo or John Deere or anybody that can sponsor for like a $2,000 Taylor and Dunn flatbed golf cart deal. That way I can build a miniature welding rig, basically, golf cart size, flatbed, cart size, like the ones that you see in the NFL, how they have the 2 seats up front, and then there's that 6-foot long or 7-foot long flatbed where people lay on it. Yeah, one of those. Build it up to be a welding rig with the generator welder combo. You've got a place for cut off wheels and like a portable bandsaw on the platform, place to store steel and all that stuff, and then you drive around, go to these apartment complexes and do business. That way you're not like lugging a full size truck around. That's like my thing. That's what I want to do. Is you've got all these guys out there making $150 an hour and then some, and they're hauling around a $250,000 truck, when for $6,000 or $7,000 you can do a golf cart version and do more jobs. So I mean, that's like my whole mindset right now. I mean, yeah, I'm not the greatest welder. I'm not gonna be putting X-ray spec welds on pipeline somewhere, but structural welding railings, welding together a trailer, welding frames, vehicle parts and accessories, and welding bumpers on, welding roll bars. I can do that. I'm great at that, but I'm not going to be having my stuff X-rayed. I mean, that's not my forte. But again, the Tomahawk stuff, I mean, yeah, they're using, cheaper materials, bought in bulk, but if they went with like the river weld and the welding night stuff, their stuff would be just amazing. I mean, yeah, I spent what was it on this? Yeah, it was what the hell was it? Yeah, 181 total. I think these. Yeah, go. I'll check this out real quick. Yeah, yeah, two. So it was like $110, and it's red and black. I mean, that right there. That's a good deal. This stuff works. It's fantastic. I got the cable crimping machine type tool, and I've got the splices and everything. I mean, yeah, it works fantastic. These river weld deals, up to 315 amp, so they work great. I mean, I already have them on the generator welder, and I've already used them, and there has been no issue. I mean, look at this. Look at this. $13. $13. $13, and you can fix the issue with the Tomahawk. So, I mean, you really can't beat that. Let's see. Tomahawk power. Let's run here real quick. Welder generators. Yeah. This is the one that I have. This is the one that I purchased. Now, let's see if they have a good angle of it. Yeah. The inverter is back behind this stuff here. There it is, right there. So that's your inverter right here. That's your power supply. If they had a kit, if they did a kit where you pull off this faceplate right here and swapped out that inverter, and it just, you swap out that inverter and get the new, basically a new plug, or swap out the inverter, and now you're rated for that, because I mean that's a 120 outlet. That's 110, 120. That you've got both the vertical and the horizontal there. So that is a rated plug. All they have to do, $250 or so. There's the cheap stamped steel crap. I mean, the Stinger was okay, but the top portion. Let's see if I can get this down closer to my finger. Yeah, this top portion right here, it was already chipping and cracking, so I couldn't fit normal rods in there because it was getting damaged. And it's like, it's supposed to be brass, and it's just chipping apart. So that kind of upset me. But I fixed it. There's no issue there. Yes, it does. They do come with a kit to do TIG welding. So that was kind of a shock to me. But I mean, that was a wild ride to figure that one out. But again, yeah, if you could basically swap out this panel, like if they had a kit where you swap out this panel for something with, say, 2 plugs or 2 sets of plugs and an inverter, that'd be awesome. I mean, that $250, I'd pay that in an instant. I'd pay in an instant to get a replacement upgrade to this inverter, because 2000 watts is it's not very friendly to anybody that does a lot of work. I mean, it really is kind of stupid that for a couple $100 more, people can get something that puts out 3 times as much power. I mean, yeah, you lose 15 amps, but you get more of the generator side. All they have to do, instead of $23.99, do $26.50 and put a 6,000 watt power source in here, and away you go. It's really stupid. And here's the other thing right here. This DKJ1635. This does not exist. The 1635. This is a Chinese clone of a 3550. This is a Chinese clone. That's it. It's bought in bulk, and you can only get it through, I think, like 2 manufacturers in China, and you have to buy them at in boxes of 100. And they're like, what was it? It was like 20 cents a piece. So I mean, it's really ridiculous. The 8-inch wheels, I ditched those, and I got the 12-inch wheels, so it sits up a lot higher. I put on actual steel stand legs. Works so much better. Yeah. Surge amps, 50 amps, 120. Where's the where is it? 2000 watts DC. Yeah, it doesn't even give you the surge and actual use power. So yeah. The spec sheets, yeah. It doesn't even give anything here. Oh, there it is. Rated watts. 1800 rated watts. Yeah. Max watts. Your max watts is your surge. So it runs 1800 watts, but it surges at 2000. So a surge is like, when you turn something on, it can do 2000 watts momentarily without, going to shit. But again, this is an amazing piece of equipment. They just need to update the wattage. If they seriously, I don't care about the plugs. I don't care about the connectors. All I care about is the wattage. As it sits, if I do a mobile welding truck cart, I will need one of these, and then I will have to get a second. Ooh, pardon me. I would have to get a second generator just to run for powering stuff like, main equipment. Let's see. 4500, 5500. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if I got an inverter generator, I mean, yeah, I'd need something at the 5 to 6 thousand. I mean, I could get away with a 4500, but I mean, it is what it is. I've got a few saved up that are on my to-do list, and the sad thing is one of the ones that I'm looking at is a 6,000, so it's 500 more watts than this, but it's less than $700. I mean, that that's rough. I mean, and it is smaller than this 4,500 watt one. So it's smaller than this, more output than this, but less than that one way over there. Uh, but again, all they have to do is put out an inverter, upgrade kit, and they would literally have the best machine that money can buy on a budget. Because, yeah, if you have 20 grand to spend on one of those in truck monsters, then yeah, cool, great, that's great. But again, I'm a budget guy. These are budget equipment. I'm not looking to be the $250,000 welding truck, business. I'm looking at like the $6,000 gas golf cart welding vehicle so that I can go out. Like even a side by side built to be a welding truck, so I can go out into the desert and people that are, oh my roll cage, I rolled it and then it bent here and I need a piece welded in to support and fix this part. That'd be awesome to be able to do that on the fly out in the boonies, going out to my property and welding fence posts and steel pipes and stuff, fixing stuff out there in the middle of nowhere where you need four-wheel drive and a smaller platform. That'd be great. But there's stuff going on. All they have to do is just one thing, and it would literally make them one of the top sellers in the country. It really would. But yeah, this is me saying, have a good one, have fun, don't fall down, just have a good day.